Oh, okay.
And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to, as we used to say, hello, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. It's the last. You know what? It is the last Wednesday. Today is the last Wednesday of 2021. How weird is that? It's been quite the interesting year, don't you think? It's the John Lavinia Success Mastermind. It's Wednesday, the 29th of December, and Glen's with you for the last Wednesday of the year and my last morning session with us because Paula and I have a little something special planned. Gail, you were just asking about our Christmas and how we did. It's the Money Mama. Lindsay, what's happening? Just asking, Gail was just asking about our Christmas. Had a lovely time. It was just the two of us. And we spent the entire day in our ugly Christmas jammies, relaxing, taking it easy, opening presents with gorgeous trees. I don't know if I took a picture of our Christmas trees. I'll have to check and see if there's one I can put up. Anyway, did that. Watched our two obligatory Christmas movies. The first one was It's a Wonderful Life. Fabulous. And then the second one, of course, like the ultimate Christmas movie of all time, Casino Royale, starring Daniel Craig as James Bond. Wait, that's not a Christmas movie? Nobody told me these. Nobody tells me these things. Anyway, pretty good movie. And we also have since watched the new one, the latest, as we hear, the last go-round for Daniel Craig as James Bond. The film is called No Time to Die. And I will spoil nothing. I'll give away nothing except to say that I recommend it. Good movie.
Me too. I saw it myself.
Yes. Very enjoyable. Anyway, there you are. And so what have we got going? The other thing you were asking, Gail, was did John and Shannon get to stop by and have lunch and everything? Well, as some of you may know, their departure from Arizona was delayed somewhat. They wanted to leave, when was it? Sunday, Christmas Day. They wanted to take off Christmas Day. Mother Nature wasn't having it. No, y'all gonna sit your behinds at home on Christmas Day. So that's what they did. They got rained out. Their departure was rained out. They left later. And actually, I think they wanted to leave Christmas Eve. But anyway, they were in kind of a little bit of a hurry. They were a bit behind schedule in terms of when they wanted to arrive in Florida. So sadly, we were not able to connect with John and Shannon. But we'll be doing it later on. Hey, Missy. Hello, Bob. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. So I'm sure we'll be meeting up with them later on, probably back out in Pahrump, Nevada or someplace for a training course of some sort or other. We shall see. What else? Oh, this weekend, tomorrow and Friday, you know the old song, What Are You Doing New Year's Eve? Well, Paula and I are spending we're doing a 2-night staycation here in town at the Houstonian Hotel. Fabulous place. We've been there before. We actually have spent a New Year's Eve there in the past. So we'll be there again having a great time. We've booked the New Year's Eve gala dinner, so it'll be a lot of fun. And you know, Paula, you could probably guess how we roll. We always meet new and interesting people wherever we go. It just seems to be the thing with us. And then the big one, is coming next month when we are taking a Caribbean cruise. 1 week Caribbean cruise during which we shall be celebrating Paula's 60th birthday. Yes. And have ourselves a ball. going to be a great time. Where are we going? I keep forgetting. Where are we going? We're going to... Well, I know we're going to San Juan. We'll be in Puerto Rico. We'll be in Old San Juan for Paula's actual birthday. And we'll tell you all about that and when we get back. So looking forward to a good time there. So that's the rest of our holiday plans. And so today we're actually kicking it off in a big way. We've got about 20 friends coming over this evening for our annual Christmas week celebration. You're more than welcome. Come on round. We're having mulled wine and mince pies, and there may be some other such things. Some finger foods, and folks are bringing what they, whatever, kind of a potluck, kind of a holiday potluck type deal. Not a real sit-down meal, though, just time together, hanging out with some good friends of old, as they say, and helping people get into the spirit of ringing in the new year. And Virginia and Daisy are with us, two of the mastermind sharpshooters. Nice to see you. And of course, I'll be taking a little bit of time, probably in the next, obviously in the next day or two, to jot down a few ideas, a few thoughts. Some people call them goals for the coming year. And it got me to thinking, now this may be a fairly, a fairly brief conversation that we have here today, because I have, if you can believe it, only one thought on my mind at the moment. Yeah, me. Only one thought at a time. How strange is this? I must be really tired or something. But anyway, you're thinking about, we're all thinking about our goals, our plans, our aspirations, things we'd like to get done in 2022. Can you believe? What's today? Wednesday? I'm doing some math right now. In roughly 61 hours, it will be 2022. How strange is this? What the heck happened to 2021? We were still, folk were still reeling from 2020 and from everything that's been going on, as the saying goes. And people saying, oh, well, 2020 was pretty rough, but 2021 will be all right, and yeah, we'll get through it and everything. Well, we'll all be back to normal, and and wait a minute, 2021's it's pretty much over, and people are wait, what happened? What in the world? Back to 1974. Not a bad year, actually. Not a bad year if you think about it. I think we could all look back. All of us look back and think about, well, where were you in 1970? Well, I can tell you right now that our friend Lindsay Dollar was very likely a twinkle in her daddy's eye in 1974. Just saying. With the greatest respect and affection, Lindsay. Anyway, what was I saying? Goals. Things that we'd like. People often will start the year with a to-do list of sorts. You know what I mean? Well, I'd like to accomplish this. I'd like to maybe get a promotion on the job. I'd like to advance my business and to this level. I'd like to grow my business network, my business organization. I'd like to achieve a certain level of income. I'd like to accomplish this in terms of my health and what? Mandy Anderson, our good friend. Nice to see you. I'd like to achieve thus and such with regard to my health. I'd like to lose a couple of kilos. I'd like to gain a little muscle. I'd like to, I'd like to run a marathon this year, or whatever it might be. I'd like to participate in a 5K fun run. I'd like to, be able to go up like to the top floor of the house without having to pause and wheeze for 10 minutes. Whatever the goal is, physically, mentally, I always highly recommend to myself first. I always highly recommend that whatever other goals I may have in mind for the coming new year, some aspect of improving my own personal physical health and wellness is among those goals. I know for my part, some of the things that I intend to accomplish this year. Some of you all know that we have launched our barbecue smoker pit company. It's called HDM Smokers. Website to come. We'll let you know. And so there's that. One of the goals, we want to sell $1 million worth of smokers this year. We want to sell $1 million worth of pits. I'll let you know. So what else? I have some physical goals, some weight, a certain amount of weight I'd like to drop this year, some things I'd like to accomplish physically during the year in terms of my wellness and so forth. And I've got, great training that I'm participating in. Some of you know I recently signed up and started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I think is going to be a huge advantage to me, a huge help to me in achieving some of those goals. So there's that. What else? Oh, yes. This year, before the end of the year, we shall be publishing the second book. It'll be a Star Trek themed book, as you might imagine. The first book did quite well this past year, and we're happy about that. Really excited. The thing that touched me about the success that the book had this year, not so much the number of book sales, the money, it was really about how many people I had conversations with, how many people reached out to me and let me know by comment, by personal story, by experience that's shared with me, that they got it. That they got what it was I was seeking to communicate with the book, which, as you probably know, was twofold. Number one, I've been a fan of Star Trek. I've been literally living with Star Trek since September 8th, 1966. When the first, I know, I'm older than I look, Bob. See, just a little bit of, since September 8th, 1966, when the very first episode of Trek, the original series, debuted on NBC network here in the U.S. Oh, by the way, I have a little bit of memorabilia. Shall I show you? I'm going to flip the camera around here in my office, and let's see if you can see. You see that? That was Paula's Christmas gift to me 2 years ago.
No, did he really wear that?
Personally autographed and certificate of authenticity and the whole deal from Mr.
Wow.
William Shatner. I figure I must have done something right that year.
Wow.
Pretty amazing, right? And I've got some other cool stuff, which I'll show you as we go along and talk together in future days. So anyway, been a Trek fan my entire life. And then something really interesting happened much, much later, just within the past few years. I came to realize that most of the life lessons that I have learned, most of the really important lessons about success, teamwork, goal setting, perseverance, friendship, loyalty, the meaning of life and the meaning of death, what it means to be a leader, what it takes, what it costs to be a leader, the power of the truth. All of those lessons I learned from Star Trek, from an episode or a film. And so the book was my sort of love letter to Star Trek, sort of a thank you note to Star Trek with a few of my own life lessons thrown in. That was the one purpose. The other purpose was, over the years, I also came to realize we've got all the new shows now, Discovery and so forth. Great shows. I began to notice that the original stories based on William Shatner as Kirk, Leonard Nimoy as Spock, and so on, many of those stories were not being told as often as they used to be. And so I wanted to make sure that I did my small part to help those stories live on and carry on. And as I said, some of the reactions that I've received and some of the comments and conversations that I've had from different people have let me know that I did that. I was able to do that in a small, both of those goals. I was able to accomplish those, and that's extremely gratifying. So this year, I've already started on working on the new book, the second book, and it will be published in 2022. I am now officially calling myself out. You can track me. You check me on this. Hold me accountable. 2022, the next book. Anyway, so those are some of the things. What do you have in mind? What sort of financial goals do you have in mind? How much, we always start with the business stuff, right? The money stuff, because there's nothing wrong with that. How much money would you like to be earning on, let's say, a monthly basis by the end of 2022? How large would you like your business network to be? How many business partners, how many people would you like to be working with? How many people would you like to help to achieve their goals in 2022? Because, really touching people's lives, and that this is how we do it, by helping other people to reach their goals, by providing the example and the leadership and the support and the help so that other people can reach the goals that they've set for themselves. Without sacrificing our own, certainly. Watched a very interesting movie about that last night, which I'll tell you about on another call. So what would you like to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish from a financial standpoint? How many pounds do you want to lose this year? How many pounds do you want to gain this year? You want to run a marathon? You want to do a 5K fundraise charity walk? Would you like to, you want to get a new bicycle? That's a great idea, by the way. I bought a new bicycle last year, and boy, what a difference. Got a rowing machine at the beginning of 2021. Yes, 2021, end of 2020, somewhere in there. Got a rowing machine, and that's really helped making it. Boy, I'm telling you, some kind of workout with a rowing machine. Jeez Louise. Whoo! You want to lose some weight? You want to get in shape? You want to be sore in muscles that you didn't know you had? Get a rowing machine. Yeah, makes a big difference. So there's that. What kind of goals, what would you like to accomplish in terms of your family life, your personal life, your relationships? I have two particular goals in mind, things that I would like to accomplish in terms of my personal life, family, and relationships, and I will let you know at the end of the year how those went. So there's that. What else? What would you like to accomplish in terms of your own personal growth, spiritual mindfulness, grow in your own spiritual journey, your own spiritual path, whatever that journey is for you. So go on and on. Take a couple of minutes between now and New Year's Eve, between now and when you raise your toast at midnight. Take a few minutes and jot down some of the things you'd like to accomplish this year. This doesn't have to be exhaustive, and it doesn't have to be engraved in stone. They'll change, obviously. That as the year goes along and as new priorities are presented to us, naturally our goals will change, and they should. Because life isn't static. Life isn't engraved in stone, if you know what I mean. So be prepared, set your goals, set some targets, set some things you'd like to accomplish, and be prepared for them to change. That's not a failing on your part. That's not that's not an indication that you didn't go far enough with your goal. That is not an indication that you didn't think seriously enough about your goals. It's an indication that, as John Lennon said, life is what happened to us while we were making other plans. So be prepared for life, your goals, your path to change. Mine certainly did. Okay. TV show. Wait, what? Yeah. If someone had told me at the beginning of 2021 that I would finish 2021 as the host of a TV show with an international reach of something like 35 million people, I probably would have been skeptical at that. But here we are. And I say that to indicate that you and I have no idea. You know the old joke, right? If you want to make God laugh, tell him what you're doing tomorrow. So who knows where your path will lead you in 2022. Go with it. Roll with it. There's a reason your path is taking that direction. I will make one recommendation about something not to carry with you into the new year. Something not to do. Paula and I are in the middle of, it's coming, right? No, it's not a Star Trek reference this time. It is a film reference, however. Paula and I are in the middle of what has become, I guess, an annual Lord of the Rings marathon. We've just finished the second film. The first one, now The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Have you seen these? Not everyone has. Missy hasn't. I highly recommend them. I was a Tolkien fan my entire life as well. That's another story, which I'll tell you is very interesting. Well, I'll tell you the story. You'll decide if it's interesting. So we finished the first film, The Fellowship of the Ring. The second film is called The Two Towers, to match the name of the book. And there is a scene in the second film, The Two Towers, where one character says to another, I want to be careful here. I don't want to spoil too much of this for Missy, but I do need to share this little bit. There is a scene in the first film where a major character is, shall we say, taken down, goes down. He fell in battle, right? And Frodo Baggins, the Hobbit, at the core of the story he's feeling guilt and remorse and pain and all of this thing at the loss of his friend. And one of the other characters. Now I'm all over the place. This is how my brain works, right? The Lord of the Rings concerns the story of the one ring, the Ring of Power, which was designed by an evil character in order to dominate all life, in order to allow this character to dominate the world. Frodo Baggins, one of the hobbits, you've heard of the hobbits. Anyway, Frodo Baggins comes into possession of the One Ring. And his mission is to carry the One Ring through trials and battles and struggles and tribulations and crawling at death's door to the one place where the ring can be destroyed and free the peoples of the earth. Right? Defeat the enemy and free the peoples. So this is a heavy burden, and there are mystical, magical powers attending the ring, which have a terrible effect on the one who carries it in various ways. So one of the characters, Boromir, says to... Was it Boromir? Yes, it was Boromir. In the first film. He says to Frodo, after the loss of his friend, he says to him, "You bear a heavy burden, little one," referring to the ring. He says, "You bear a heavy burden, little one. Don't carry the weight of the dead." Now, I thought about that, And yeah, yes, it's a movie. I understand. Based on a work of fiction, written by a wonderful author. Yes, I understand. So Star Trek. Anyway, you bear a heavy burden. Don't carry the weight of the dead as well, right? The point to me being, jot down your goals, cast a vision, set a vision for yourself, what you'd like to accomplish in 2022, and work towards it. I have been learning over the past few years that it's best for me to set my goals in terms of levels of activity, of things that I'm going to do toward the advancement of a particular target. In other words, if I want to lose, say, 20 pounds this year, I know that I'll need to, walk a mile a day, or exercise, 20 minutes a day on the rower, or, 2 or 3 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, whatever it is, right? Put all these things together, consistently watching what I eat, pounding down the water, and by the end of the year, with any luck at all, I'll reach the goal. So the goal for me in that case is not, I'm going to lose 20 pounds this year. The goal is, I'm going to attend 3 BJJ classes per week. I'm going to hit the rower for 20 minutes 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to walk a mile a day, a mile every day. You see what I mean? Activity goals rather than result goals. Earl Nightingale himself said it. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So if I'm going to the 3 BJJ classes a week, if I'm rowing 3 times a week, if I'm walking, if I'm watching what I eat, if I'm reducing my caloric intake by 10%, whatever it is, if I am doing those things, then I am what? I am making progress toward my goal, which means that I am, present tense, successful. You picking up what I'm putting down? Success doesn't come only off in the deep, dark, distant future when I hit the target. Achieving what we want to achieve in life is not nearly so important as who we become in the process of achieving what we want in life. So, becoming is part of the success. Taking the daily actions is the success. The journey is the success. So anyway, activity goals. What you don't want to do, what I don't want to do, is spend the first couple of months, last few days of this year, the first few days of next year, beating myself up over all the stuff I didn't do last year. Well, yeah, it was a pretty good year, but I didn't reach my business goals. Yeah, it's a pretty good year, but I didn't make the kind of money I wanted to make. Yeah, I worked out a little bit, but I didn't lose all the weight I wanted to lose. Stop that. Stop that. Stop doing that to yourself. Glen, stop doing that to yourself. Here's the idea. We have, each of us, an enormous task ahead of us, and that is living our life. Taking those steps to achieve what we want for 2022. We know we're going to run into some issues. We know we're going to run into some challenges that will need to be overcome. We know we're going to have some problems. We know there's going to be some setbacks. So, you carry a heavy burden. You bear a heavy burden. In a good way, in some sense, because, big job, big accomplishment, big satisfaction. So we bear a heavy burden. 2022, I think, is going to be a very interesting year for a lot of us, for good and for bad. And all of it will shape us and guide us to where we need to be in our life. So, there's a lot of stuff coming for 2022. Don't carry the weight of the dead. Don't bring the dead weight of 2021 with you as you start the new year. Success is never final. What's this corny old saying? Success is never final, and failure is never fatal, or something like that. So what happened last year, this is sometimes difficult for people. Oh, Gail, I have heard about those, the eyeglass. Do they really work? Oh, excellent. I need to check one of those out. So here's my point. Please don't take the failures with you, what you perceive as the failures of last year, the things that we didn't accomplish, the goals that we didn't reach. Don't carry that stuff into 2022. And that can be very difficult for some people because we've been conditioned, many of us have been conditioned to believe that if I don't hit my target, I'm a failure, right? If I don't make my goal, I'm a loser. Too many of us have heard that and been told that, and very often our society, whichever country we happen to be in or from, our society too often reinforces that stereotype. You didn't win the big game? Yeah, you're a loser. Get out of the way. Yeah? You didn't make the $1 million? Yeah, what kind of bum are you? Let somebody else start the new business. Remember, we've said it 1,000 times before. There will be setbacks. There will be failures in 2022. And the key is failure is not an interruption. Failure is not a speed bump. Failure is not a pothole on the road to success. Failure is the road to success. So, have you read Go for No yet? Get it. Make that your January reading project. Go for No by Richard Fenton and Andrea Waltz. So maybe can somebody look that up on one of the sites where books are sold and drop it into the chat. That book will, I believe, help reshape your view of success and failure, which I believe we all desperately need. Failure ceases to be a dead weight. And certainly don't carry the missed targets of the past. Fresh start. Clean slate. Start over. You know, the nice thing, the really great thing about the new year is we all get to start over. I don't care doesn't matter what your personal current situation is. You got a job, likely going to still be in that job on January 1st and 2nd of 2022? Okay. Got a certain business that you're pursuing, probably going to be continuing to pursue the same business. Okay. It's fine. But we get to reinvent with day one, January 1st. We get to reinvent what? We get to reinvent ourselves. We get to reinvent who we are. I like to, there's certain books I like to read at least once a year. One of them is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Phenomenal book. Phenomenal book. Another one that I like to read is Go for No. Another book that I like to read, and this is just me, everybody has different things. Another book that I like to read at least once a year is written by John Milton Fogg. It's called The Greatest Networker in the World. Yeah, networking. One that's going into my regular annual reading list is The Go-Giver by Bob Burg. Bob B-U-R-G. So these are I'm throwing some ideas out at us so that we have a sense of some of the resources that we have at our disposal in order to aid in this process of reinventing ourselves, of reshaping our vision of the world, our vision of ourselves, and our vision of what we wish to overcome. The book club just finished Psycho-Cybernetics, if I'm not mistaken, by Maxwell Maltz. Wonderful book. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. There's another one. There's so many, and I just dig reading. I wish. Listen, I was going to grab my phone and give you a list, but we'll go over some of these, and I'm sure the book club, Mandy and the book club, will be taking up some really great reads in 2022. Looking forward to it. So, what's the whole point of this? You bear a heavy burden. Some are carrying an even heavier burden than others. Maybe you've lost someone you cared about in 2021. I can't even begin to tell you that I know how you feel. I wouldn't dare. Maybe you've had a major business setback or loss, or something happened in your physical setback. I know, Gail, you've struggled with a couple of things in 2022 and 2021, and you've come out the stronger for it. Well done, you. So many of us have had all kinds of challenges, really deep, painful losses. And the difficulty, the toughest thing for us, for those of us who have really suffered or struggled this year, the toughest thing for us is going to be finding a way to leave that pain behind, leave that disappointment, that anger, that despair, that disillusionment, leave it all behind. And you can, because you and I already have within us everything we need to make all of our goals and dreams come true. And one of the most powerful resources available to every last one of us, and one for which I know we all are enormously grateful, is this family right here, the John Lavenia Success Mastermind. We can come together and support one another. I know many of us have had conversations one-to-one in small group conversations offline. We've met in person. We've become personal friends, either in person or on the line here. And we've each of us learned and benefited and taken away huge, important lessons and grown from what we've picked up here in the mastermind. And I think each of us owes an eternal debt of gratitude to the man somewhere out on the road in the southeastern region of the U.S., Mr. John, the Godzilla himself, John Lavenia, who put all this together for us, and we appreciate it. So now take the resources that we have. Take that blank notebook where you're jotting down your goals, your targets, your aspirations. Make it a 2022 bucket list. And no, I don't mean, things to do before I die. I mean things to put, accomplishments to put in your bucket for 2022. Things you mean to get done in 2022. And if it feels a little bit nervous-making as you write the goal down, if it's like, geez, how in the world am I ever going to accomplish this? I don't even know how to get started. It's probably a good idea. You'll pardon my French, but I heard somebody say one time, if your goals don't scare the shit out of you, they're probably not big enough. So if it's an income goal, you said this once, Missy. If it's an income goal, add a zero. Add a couple of zeros. Holy moly. Think about that for a second. You had a general idea of how much money you wanted to earn in 2022. Now, take that number and add a zero. What do you got? Holy, Mandy's about to fall over. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Why not? Why not? There's plenty of money. There's no shortage of money in the world. Quit watching the news. There is no shortage of money in the world. How much you want to earn? Go get it. Wait, no, sorry, we forgot a step. How much you want to earn? Add a zero, then go get it. So, set the goals. Take those with you. Carry that excitement. Carry that vision with you. but don't carry the weight of the dead. Don't carry the old hurts. Don't carry the old pains. Leave it behind. I happen to believe that God is more than big enough. I was raised and taught to believe God is more than big enough to handle stuff that happened a while ago. Start today. Start January 1st. Get this done. Oh, by the way, I've shared this with some of us on various calls. There's a way for us to keep track. There's a way for you to keep track of some of the things that you accomplish day by day as you move in to and through 2022. Remember the gratitude jar? Well, basically, you take a bottle, a glass receptacle, preferably clear so you can see what's in it, and then get yourself a stack of Post-it notes. And every day, when you accomplish something, write it down. Doesn't matter what it is. I made one phone call to a potential business partner, to a potential customer. Made a phone call. Write it down. Drop the Post-it note in the jar. I sold one widget on my e-commerce site today. Drop it in there. Enrolled a new customer today. Drop it in there. Walked 20 minutes. Drop it in there. Had a glass of water instead of a glass of wine. Wait, no, that's not actually an accomplishment, but you can write that down if you want to. So whatever it is, the smallest, hey, there you go, Gail. The smallest possible accomplishment is a victory. And who was it? Was it Horace Mann? Yes, I think it was Horace Mann who said, "Be ashamed to die until you have won some victory for humanity." Find some charitable venture to get involved with in 2022. Go for it. Give $10 a month. Give an hour a month of your time to some charitable. Go swing by a soup kitchen, whatever that might be. Drop that in there. I'm just throwing ideas at you, if that makes sense. So keep track. Every time you do something positive toward the accomplishment of a goal, write it on a Post-it note, drop it in the jar. And then at the end of the year, by the way, have you been keeping your jar? I know, Gail, I saw yours. Mandy saw yours a while ago. Sometime between now and New Year's Eve, take out your gratitude jar. Take out your wins jar from 2021. Lay it all out on the table. Unfold, read some of the stuff. You'll be amazed and delighted at how much you accomplished in 2021 that you didn't think you'd accomplished. That'll give you some jet fuel to zoom into the new year. What do you think? Well, my friends, it's been a wonderful, wonderful conversation today, a wonderful year. Love to hear a thought from you as we're wrapping up. And I am looking forward to reading and hearing about some of the stuff you're going to be putting into your wins jar for 2022. What's on your mind? What are you thinking? Pop your hand up and make a comment. I can see the wood burning with Mandy right now. I can see it. She's writing down. She's thinking stuff up. She does this, She's a very technical, numbers-oriented person. She's a tech genius, our Mandy. And she's thinking up ways to help herself make these things happen for 2022. Yes, she is. I can see. Can't you see that gleam in her eye? The intensity. Holy, hey, it's Virginia. Nice to see you. Yeah, so really, for me, the whole goal, one thing I've learned from 2021, this is going to sound absolutely contradictory to everything I've just said. One of my goals in 2021 is to not set too many goals. Because I have no idea what sort of amazing stuff is going to be happening this year. I mean, I have certain things that I want to get accomplished, which a couple of which I shared earlier. Besides that, like I say, who the heck knew that a TV show was coming this year? So, one goal for me is to not set too many goals. Go with the flow. We'll see what happens. I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting, 2022. And I believe that a lot of things, without getting into any specific topics or any particular geopolitical points of view, I happen to believe that a lot of things that are currently weird and wrong and upside down with our world at the moment are going to be set right. And that's what I think. Anyway, it's going to be a fabulous year. It's been a blast for me sharing these Wednesday mornings and some Wednesday evenings with you. I am excited about where you're going for 2022. Well, you're going to amaze and delight yourself, as we say. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for really, really, really good news in 2022. And it's not going to come out of the blue. You're going to write the good news yourself. You're going to make the good news happen yourself. You just watch. My friends, Lindsay. My friends, what a blast. What a blast 2021 has been for all of us. So many of us gotten to be such good friends, and there are still a few in-person meetings yet to come among us, because some of our friends over in the U of K, we haven't had a chance to meet you yet. We certainly will. We've had a chance to go out and have some fun with Jay-Z and Virginia and John and some other folks. Had ourselves a blast, and at some point or other, Missy, Bob, I may swing back up northeast and check out the ancestral home. So who knows? Who knows? Well, unless there is a final thought burning a hole in the pocket of someone's mind, we are going to sign off for this year. How weird is it to say that? Now, I don't know. Oh, by the way, I should let us know what the schedule looks like, right? Let's have a little housekeeping. Virginia, what's happening?
No, I was just going to ask you if you were on tonight.
The networking magic is off tonight. Why? Because tonight, Paula and I are going to be, how can I put this?
You're having a marathon, a TV marathon watching.
Yeah, we getting our drink on tonight. We're gonna have some fun this evening. We've got some folks coming over, and our annual Christmas week deal. We'll have, as I said, mince pies and mulled wine and some finger sandwiches and such stuff. And I've got some of the good stuff. I'm a bourbon man, so I've gotten some really, really choice top flight bourbons that we'll be sampling with some of our friends this evening. It's going to be a great time. Hospitality suite right after us, and a pretty light schedule for the rest of the year. So tomorrow, again, the general session with the hospitality suite on either end. There will be no sessions for New Year's Day. I'm just looking here. No sessions on New Year's Day. And the first sessions back will be Sunday, January 2nd. Well, actually, no, not much on January 2nd. First official back to it on January 3rd. Monday, January 3rd, a full slate, general session, book study, and so on and so forth. So there's the outlook. So for the next couple of days, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends and loved ones, have yourself a time. And yeah, Virginia?
I have one more thing. I put in the chat earlier, since you are talking about goal setting,
yes.
a link to my friend Sonia Bedreau's Design Your Dream Year free workshop, which starts at the top of the hour. Nice. And I was in a class with her earlier this year. It was very, like only 5 or 6 of us, very intense 2 months of how to create a course, and a very memorable course. So she's a master counselor, guidance, and everything, especially with, it might be more career focused, but for us, that's our career is our business. So I'm very anxious to see what she's got to offer on this freebie. And I invite anyone who wants to participate to go to the Facebook link, and it's Design Your Dream Year Goal.
Sonia Boudreau, Design
Yes.
Your Dream Year. Got it.
I mean, I will probably attend the whole 90 minutes because of my connection with her, but you
Mhm.
guys can pop in and see what you think. She's already put out something too about intertwining that, they see the circles, your career, your personal life, your all of this stuff intertwining. And she's got some promotional and freebie items. I'm sure she's marketing something at the end like everybody does,
Of course.
but
Of course.
I'm
Don't
sure.
nothing happen in this world without somebody buys something or somebody sells something. It's just the way it is. And that's a good thing. Thank you, Virginia.
And I just want to say to Lindsay, you're looking fabulous, girl. I know you had us on your no stop video while you're putting on your makeup. I know. You're looking fabulous, girl.
No, thank you. I was actually washing my hair when we started this call, so
I can never tell. It looks like it's always this gorgeous. It's always this great. My friends, what a fabulous time. What a fabulous year. And looking forward to the magic that 2022 is bringing to, and the magic that we are going to bring to 2022. More important, even. Happy New Year. Be safe, party safe. Live long and prosper, my friends.
Happy New Year,
We shall
everyone.
see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.
Bye.